Okay, so let's dive into this fascinating deep dive. We got source material here on a legal case, Holton v. City of Henderson Police Department, but it's definitely not your everyday lawsuit.
No, not at all. I mean, you look at the documents and yes, you see standard legal filings, motions, that sort of thing.
Right.
But they're woven together with some pretty deep spiritual ideas. We're talking biblical stories, 1 Samuel chapter 8 specifically, and even texts from Zohar Kabbalah.
So our goal here, for you listening, is to quickly get a handle on this really unique approach to justice. It's where, legal moves meet these profound spiritual beliefs. We want to pull out the most interesting insights for you.
Absolutely. And from the viewpoint presented in the source material, this isn't just about a specific incident or two. It's framed as, well, part of a much bigger picture, maybe even a cosmic correction process.
Okay, let's start unpacking that. On the surface, the conventional legal side, what's the starting point? Who is bringing this case?
The plaintiff identifies as Josiah Sujuris Brose, and also as an ambassador for Temple of Light and Life, Haltom Family Ministries. And they're alleging what they call egregious constitutional violations against the Henderson police.
Okay, sui juris pro se. That phrase sui juris, it kind of jumps out. What does that signal in this context? It sounds like they're claiming in a very specific status.
It does. Sui juris basically means acting in one's own right. Claiming independence, sort of like being a sovereign individual, not subject to certain authorities in the usual way.
Right.
The source material notes this is sometimes contrasted with being a corporate fiction, that idea you sometimes hear where someone argues their legal identity is just a government creation they don't consent to.
Interesting. So a unique identity claim. But are they still using the standard legal playbook, the procedures?
Oh, yeah, definitely. The documents show they're using the usual tools. There's a standard motion to compel evidence, for instance, asking for specific things, like body cam footage from an incident back in April 2024 and audio from a radio show, the Dan Reeves Show, from March 2025. And they're citing the rules like FRCP 26, 34, 37, standard stuff.
And they're leaning on big legal precedents, too. I see things like Brown v. Board, Brady, Castigar mentioned. How are they connecting those to their claims?
They're trying to use those established legal principles, like Brown for equal protection, Brady for the prosecution having to disclose helpful evidence, Castigar for immunity. But here's the turn. They seem to view these alleged legal violations not just as, legal mistakes, but as symptoms. Symptoms of something deeper. The source uses terms like structural violence and even spiritual wickedness.
Wow, okay. That definitely shifts the frame. So what are these spiritual foundations they're building on? You mentioned 1 Samuel 8.
Right. That's the biblical story where the ancient Israelites asked Samuel for a human king instead of just following God's guidance directly.
Yeah, yes.
It's presented in the source as this moment of rejecting divine leadership, which, according to the narrative, leads to the king abusing power, like taking people's property, their sons, their daughters.
And the plaintiff is drawing a line from that ancient story straight to today's issues.
Exactly. The source suggests they see echoes of that taking, that governmental overreach or infringement on rights in things happening now, like maybe unlawful seizures or even connecting it to the for-profit prison system. It's viewing current problems through that specific biblical lens.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
And what about the Zohar Kabbalah angle? How does that weave in?
That adds another layer, yeah. The source explains that from this perspective, corrupt authority is seen as being not with the light.
Okay.
Maybe even acting like pharaohs trying to control people, whereas righteous leaders are supposed to serve God and the people. So the alleged actions in this case are seen as highlighting areas that, need correction.
And correction connects to tikkun olam.
Yes.
Right, that concept of repairing the world.
Precisely. According to the source material, the plaintiff sees this lawsuit itself as a form of tikkun olam, like participating in this cosmic spiritual repair job on a system they see as broken.
That helps make sense of something really unusual mentioned in the sources this offer made around Memorial Day.
The offer of the Pocket Zohar books.
Yes.
Offering a significant number to the police department.
Yeah.
The source presents it as a symbolic gesture, a gift of light, planting seeds of tikkun olam. The idea seems to be aiming for systemic change, not just, individual fixes. Very symbolic.
Definitely symbolic. Now, beyond that offer, The sources also mention other things that might, let's say, clash a bit with the regular secular court system.
Yeah, there are a few things noted, like challenging the judge's oath of office based on specific statutes or making claims of spiritual trespass.
Spiritual trespass.
Right, and demanding defendants swear on the Bible, arguing about commercial injury without consent. These are concepts that, well, don't really map neatly onto standard legal claims.
And the source material points out these have elements often associated with sovereign citizen type arguments.
That's an important observation made in the source, yeah. While the stated aim might be a diplomatic pathway, these kinds of arguments, ones that fundamentally question the court's authority or legitimacy, can create real friction, significant challenges within a secular legal system that operates on a whole different set of assumptions.
So when we boil it all down, what does this deep dive into the source material really show us?
Well, I think it highlights a really unique attempt to bring a very holistic vision of justice into the courtroom. It's a vision that's rooted in both American constitutional ideas and these deep spiritual beliefs.
Yeah.
It shows how someone might see harm and seek healing or repair in ways that go way beyond just money or typical legal fixes. They're aiming for something bigger, systemic change, maybe even spiritual change.
It's definitely a striking intersection of belief systems and the law. So here's something provocative for you to think about after this. What actually happens when a legal system, which is really built for tangible evidence and secular laws, finds itself dealing with claims of, say, spiritual trespasses or direct appeals to divine authority? It's quite a question to ponder.